Fair to say their goalie, they've taken them to the shootout as well as you guys played in that first period?
Yeah, I mean, he played well. I didn't think he had to make as many great saves as I've seen him do in the past. But Cam Ward always plays well.
Given the way you played the last game and how well you played the first period, were you surprised or did you expect the last two periods how big was?
It's always difficult to think that you're going to always dominate every period, and I knew that they would regroup and come back at the first 10 minutes of the second period. It was up to us to meet their push and hopefully get another goal and break their will. That was the plan, but we didn't come out very hard. They got a goal and then they just settled into a game where it was sort of back and forth. That they had a few power plays and nothing really. I didn't think was the flow after that. It wasn't there. But I thought the first period we were excellent. We needed that next goal, I think, to break their will.
Richkin's second in the league in assists now, I think. Does that surprise you at all?
Well, of course. When he's been an elite goal scorer, his whole life, and he's struggling scoring goals, and you could see he's pressing a little bit. But the good news is he's getting chances. He's not losing the puck off his stick like he was a week ago, and he's driving. So you just know once it breaks, it's going to break. But he's always been a great passer, but he's just never been noted for being a great passer.
Does the fact that he's not forcing things as much, is that an accurate assessment that he's when teams take something away from him, he finds?
Well, the thing with our team, when teams take him away and take things away, like they're all attacking him when he touches the puck, he's smart enough to find the open guy. And when he finds the open guy, they're putting it in. You'd probably have more assists if we ever had more than one power play game.
17 shots in the first period, Coach. What worked well for you guys?
I just thought we had more energy than them in the first period. They were a little flat. Then they got their legs, and once they got the goal, they realized they were in it, and they probably got a little bit of crap in between periods, knowing even though it's early in the season, the first third of the season, that the magnitude of the game is a divisional game, and they came out and they played an awful lot better in the last two.
Varlamov played a pretty good game, a couple big saves, especially the one there in overtime.
He made some great saves. Yeah, the one in overtime was obviously a game saver, but he made some great saves, as he has all week since he's been here. So it's good to keep him focused.
How pleased were you with the team's back-checking ability? I know that the Semin goal, Backstrom and Ovi hustled back and they created that play off the turnover. Where would you rate the back-checking?
Well, I haven't seen the video enough to rate it. I do. When we don't allow scoring chances, like in the first two periods, I don't know how many shots they had, 16 or 17, or it might even been less, might have been 13, I think. That's, to me, is we're controlling the puck and we're doing what we want is to get it deep and behind their defense, and that's what we're doing. So the game plan was being followed pretty good. But it starts with the neutral zone. We talk about the neutral zone all the time and the back pressure you have to put on to be successful. And I think that's one of the reasons Nicky and I think Semin are leaders or in the top of takeaways. Because they're coming back and they're doing that job.
As well as you guys played on Friday, it was a little surprising to see you shake up the lines a little bit. Again, they came out in the first period. All four lines were down in the ozone. What was your thinking?
We had different personnel in the lineup.
Right, but even that,
if there's different personnel, there's going to be different lines.
Right, but even changing the personnel, a lot of coaches aren't going to do that off a win like the one.
Well, I guess then I'm different. I feel we have 14 good players that play forward, and you have a 25 goal scorer in Thomas Fleischman. Okay, and you're not sitting him out because he's not playing good. You're sitting him out because you're trying to get most people involved. You'll probably see DJ King playing in St. Louis, and it's not because of anything that any of these guys did wrong. It's because I firmly believe that if you want a team team concept, you've got to play the team, and you can't have guys being out all the time. So, I mean, we've done this all year. I think, I think we're leading the league right now, so it's working on us. And when you're at home and you have the last change, and the other team doesn't know what your lines are going to be, that's really hard for them to match up with what you want. I mean, we can put the Semin Ovechkin line together, but Mike Knuble being in the lineup and Thomas Fleischman being in the lineup, Boyd Gordon not, it makes us mix things up.
As well as the light Semin Ovechkin line played in Carolina the other night. Is it good to maybe throw a different look at them?
Yeah, and the other reason here was we're not planning on keeping Alex Ovechkin a right winger his whole career. So, I mean, if he's not going to be playing right wing and he's going back to the left side, we had the choice putting Semin up there or putting Knuble up there. And for tonight, for the most part, I didn't want them playing against Stahl's line, so I thought I'd match them all up. And they've, last year, that line scored 5 points in a game against them. So there's a lot of thoughts that go into changing the lines, and I just don't throw up ping pong balls and see what numbers, doing. So, I mean, I think about it all the time.
Does it baffle you sometimes you outshoot a team by 12 and power plays are 3-1? Look like there are a few
It
things.
baffles me when they don't call penalties, but I've given up trying to understand them. So,
Looks like Green had trouble getting off the ice there after blocking that shot. He came back for the.
have you ever blocked a shot?
No.
They friggin' hurt. He's going to be fine, but they hurt.